Hello, my name is Holden Hardman, and today we're going to be looking at Disney Animation Studios' Frozen. More specifically, we're going to be looking at the one-star reviews of this movie. I did a video like this with Toy Story. I thought it was really funny, some of the reviews that I read. So we're going to look at some of the reviews of people who did not like this film and take a look into their glaring insight. This was the absolute worst movie I've ever seen in my life. I'm an adult, and I finally got tired of hearing everyone talk about this movie for the last 5 years. It's true, it's been about 5 years now. I am so sorry I wasted my money. It wasn't worth watching, and I wish I would have realized how freaking terrible it is. Frickin' terrible. There isn't even any hidden adult humor in for the parents. No adult jokes in the movie for the parents.
John.
Eye color.
Dreamy.
Foot size.
Foot size doesn't matter.
For the first time in forever, I'll be through the night. I went too far.
About sorcery. Bothered my conscience letting my kids watch it. Somebody give this parent a medal. Why can't we all have a conscience like this? You were there when Harry Potter was ruining our kids' lives back in the day. My kid watched this movie over and over and over and over and over and over and over. I'm suicidal. No, really. I want to die. Somebody commented a phone number. It's the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. Gary Robinson, a man after my own heart. Parents Die, a Scary Bodyguard. What a great title. Great music, but this is not like the Beauty and the Beast or the Little Mermaid. Disney has always loved to knock off parents in the beginning of a movie. Again, that happens in this movie, which is very frightening for my child. And it probably has some passing gas or burps which children's PG movies now seem to always include. This leaves my child conflicted because he has been taught that such things aren't funny and must be controlled in polite society. You have to be taught that it's not funny and that it must be controlled. My child, like many children, still confuses real and make-believe, so beware, even of PG movies. Can't we get back to the sweet, sophisticated, funny movies for kids? Loved by a 16th-month-old, our great-granddaughter loves this oboe so much she watches it every day. Why'd you give it 1 star? Oh, our great-granddaughter. Don't waste your money. I thought this was a different movie or more of a musical. Bought it for my daughter's birthday thinking it would be something different for them to sing along to. Nope, it's the same regular movie, but during the songs they put the words at the bottom. That's a good point, actually. I've wondered why would you buy the sing-along version if you could just use the subtitles on the regular version? Somebody fill me in on this one, I might be missing something. I purchased this movie and previously purchased a Vizio television with an Amazon Video app that it... Wait a minute. And reliant on the availability of this and many other movies for viewing for my permanently developmentally disabled 26-year-old daughter. We've seen this review before. This guy commented on the Toy Story video. For viewing by my permanently developmentally disabled 26-year-old daughter. Okay, I'm not gonna touch that one either. I think he just goes around on all the Disney movies and posts this review. He just copied and pasted it. Also, I'm still not gonna touch this one. I am not a 5-year-old girl. I have never been a 5-year-old girl, and odds are I'll never be one. I'm not in the market for this movie, I get that. But I wasn't the market for any of the Toy Story movies either, or any of the other marvelous animated films that have graced the screen since Snow White. But I've thoroughly enjoyed an awful lot of them, or at least appreciated them as quality product. Not so with Frozen. The story is a cloying mess of button scenes, meaning scenes that are meant to press one button or another with the viewer, that seem arranged like Scrabble tiles placed by competing players. Yeah, they fit together, but never quite add up to the coherent whole. There's one writer listed in the credits, but I sense the presence of a lot of executive guidance on this one. I could barely sit through this movie. After all the exposure it received, I was expecting something at least watchable, and Frozen left me cold. If you're not a little girl, why are you even talking about this movie? Frozen looks like it has no writer, director, or producer. In a few words, what can the audience derive as the meaning of this story? Let it go. Let what go? I don't know what you're even... Let it go. Stupid writers, don't you know I'm not holding anything when I come into the movies? Except maybe popcorn. This movie has no meaning. Maybe it does in Norway or Sweden? I relate to that other reviewer who said kill me earlier. Most of the kids' movies we watch have at least some storyline with a few jokes sprinkled in. This was not one of those movies. There were 5 minutes of the story moving some direction, then a lame song, 5 minutes, song, 5 minutes, song. You end up waiting for the one song that won the award and the rest is a total letdown. This may come as a surprise to you if you've never watched musicals before, but it's not just like storyline, random song, storyline, random song. The song also progresses the story. It's usually what the song is about. Just wanted to give you that heads up on this one. What a boring, horrible movie. Every other word is a song. I wanted to pull my hair out when I saw it. Even my kids were like, no thanks. Whatever happened to the original story? I get that it's a take on it, but this is so far off the beaten path. Do you know where a lot of Disney movies come from? From the grim fairy tales? I'm not so sure we should be preaching about being off the beaten path. Also, the cute, funny Olaf scene where he's on the ice chasing his nose? Nowhere in this movie! Talk about a bait and switch. I spent $21 to see Olaf chase his frickin' nose, and you took it from me. Never again, Disney. This movie doesn't even come close to the beauty of Tangled and a ton of other gems. Falls flat and the dialogue is a joke. I wish I'd never gotten this movie for my 3-year-old. I'll stick with Doc McStuffins. I wish I had your palate, your taste in film. And finally, our last review, my magnum opus. I don't understand how this is a children's movie and has acquired so much popularity. Disney has really slipped. This movie requires an adult attention span. It is too advanced for children. I also find it annoying that the movie uses modern, yuppie teenager talk and viewpoint. Fast, speeding, nonsensical speech that also rationalizes everything. This is supposed to be a children's movie and shouldn't be exposing them to the idea that this viewpoint and way of speaking are okay. The theme song, if you can call it that, is not a song. It's a bunch of whining done with cheap, modern riffing thrown together with a few notes that don't really match, instead of good, quality music pieces that words are written for after the tune is composed, which is how quality Disney wrote music. The best part of the movie are the trolls and Olaf. Unfortunately, the trolls only have one song. The worst parts are the long, whiny beginning and the end, in which Kristoff and the townspeople somehow know who the betrayer is without ever having been told in the plot. I wouldn't recommend this movie, especially for young children. I found it was difficult to keep my attention, and I'm 27, and simply adored Tangled. If you're expecting it to be like Tangled, as I had, it is not. Thank you for watching 1-star reviews of Frozen, and there are a lot more 1-star reviews of this movie, but if you're concerned about the amount, there's significantly more 5-star reviews. Frozen is a good movie. It's not like one of my favorite films, but I do understand why people like it, and I respect the film. I just always find it really funny when people just like hate something so much that most people typically enjoy, or at least get why other people enjoy it. If you like this video, make sure you check out my 1-star reviews of Toy Story. As always, I appreciate you watching, and I'll catch you in my next video. Take care.